Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty.
Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, it's The Brink of Sanity, episode 351. I am Jay, and with me is Mark and Bry. What's up,
The
guys?
return of Bry.
The return.
We need our own like theme music. Like when you start the show, Jay, you should be like hit like a button and it plays like 6 seconds of a song that's like Mark, and then like 6 seconds for me, or like one for Doc or one for whatever, and then people will know who's on.
You guys want to pick out a jingle for yourselves?
Well, that sounds like a lot of work.
Am I gonna have to pick out a jingle that most resembles what it would sound like when someone's into pedophiles on the show? Bringing up pedophiles right away.
Mark's
Mark's
just,
got his power back.
Mark's just the theme to
And-
Romper Room.
And Bry's theme song will be whatever they play in the casino when you walk in.
No, mine would just be sad trombone, I think.
I was thinking like Ugly Kids Joe, I hate everything about you.
Bry would be something like, "Oh, it's Bry." Kind of like the sad yawn and then the excitement.
A bit just manic.
Right? Yeah, something manic would be really good.
Yeah.
So I have to say, for a long time, you guys have given me shit because I cannot do the show until my kids are asleep. I cannot do a show until the kids are asleep, and you guys have been like, the show gets later and later and later. Last night, I offered to do the show at 8 o'clock, and both of you said, no, we can't do it at 8 o'clock. We'll do it tomorrow night at a later time.
It's
That's
weird.
not true. I didn't answer. I could have done it at 8. Once Jay said no, there was no reason for me to be like, yeah, I'll do it, because we need Jay to do it.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
almost like
we
if I
need
don't plan my life around Mark's schedule that we can't do a show at a normal time.
Jay, you and I should have did a show without Mark the other night when we were planning to do it.
That is
That would
true.
have been fine. I would have liked to. I would be very happy just to hear you guys do a show. Like I'd be happy to listen to it. I enjoy the show when I'm not on it.
Yeah, me too.
But Jay, Brian, if we could figure out how to record, we could have just done the show without Jay. I just don't know how to record.
Yeah, well, I know that's the problem.
Yeah, if not for the fact that Jay can record, like he wouldn't even have a use in the show.
Yeah.
Jay, but I offered to do the show at 8 o'clock. We're recording tonight at 9:10. It's not even 9 o'clock now. I've pushed it back to a 9:10 recording because that's the earliest I can get out for my kids going to sleep. But Jay, what did you have going on last night that you could not record at 8 o'clock?
My girlfriend has one day off during the week, and that is the evening we spend with each other.
You chose your girlfriend over me.
You
Come
choose
on,
your
Jay.
kids over
We've
me
been together
every
We've been together
day.
longer than you and your girlfriend.
Jay, in all seriousness, she's gonna have next Tuesday off.
Wait, so you chose, Jay, being near the person that probably has corona instead of doing the show with me?
I mean, I was 6 feet away, but we're in the same room.
Were you really 6 feet away?
Yeah.
What the? Are you really like keeping your social distance from your girlfriend you live with?
I am.
Jay, can I ask you a series of serious questions?
I would love it if you did, yeah.
Okay. So you're really freaked out about COVID, right?
I think that's a safe statement, yes.
Okay.
I
All right.
mean, you're like mentally insane about it, but go on.
Right. Okay. So, all right. You live in an apartment that you hate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Although that
You-
will lead us to a story later on.
Are
You
you,
have
trying to tell him to go to Thailand?
And I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
Your Honor, please allow me to question the witness on my own behalf here.
So Ryan is back in the show. I am not going to divert his questioning and get him to leave the show.
If I
Please.
may, Your Honor.
Okay.
So you have an apartment that you hate.
I do.
You have a job that you hate.
More than anything, yes.
Can I ask Brian? Are you just trying to get him to kill himself on the show?
No, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
You do 2 podcasts that you hate, right?
Yeah. Are we going to get to my weight and baldness too? Or
No.
I hate the podcast.
So, all right. So we've established that you live in an apartment that you hate.
Mhm.
You have a job that you hate, and you have 2 podcasts that you hate,
Mhm.
and you're terrified of getting corona.
Yeah.
My next question is why? What are you holding on to?
You should work at a
Jay,
suicide
what,
hotline.
what do you have to live for?
I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen?
So really, is it like waiting to see what comic books come out and what video games come out is the only things that are like holding on to life for
I
you?
mean, I am in the middle of Last of Us 2, so I do want to see how that finishes.
I've heard there's a rumor they're going to have a Last of Us 3.
See,
I'm
so
serious. I'm not just saying that. Well, I am just saying that so you don't kill yourself for like 2 more years.
I mean, let it go. Let loose. Go out. Don't wear a mask. Start licking doorknobs.
wow.
Right. I guess, Jay, I think what Brian is saying is, how could life get any worse for you? Why not just just see what happens? Go out there and enjoy life and just.
What life are you protected?
I mean, I've clearly bottomed out, so there's only uphill from here.
Well, let's talk about some positives.
Oh,
If
I
you
have
get
some
corona-
positives. I have some
Here's-
positives, though.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Wait. If you get corona, you don't have to go to that job you don't like. They're not going to make you work while you have corona. That's a
I
positive.
bet they would.
I can't make you do the podcast when you have corona.
We're working remotely. They'll make me work with the Rona.
This is true.
They're like, I'm on death's door. Can you just put the respirator in and just start typing?
Exactly. They'll deliver a laptop to the hospital.
What are the positives, Jay?
All right. This one's pretty big.
You love
Uh-oh.
your girlfriend.
My
I
downstairs.
hope that better been the one you were going with. Also, Jay
Your
was
what?
like, I was gonna say something else, but I guess the girlfriend thinks it's important.
My downstairs neighbor has moved out.
Oh,
Holy shit! He's died from the coronavirus, huh?
you won the war, huh?
Did it?
Did you give him corona and did he die from it?
I don't know, but they're gone.
Are they okay?
Which one was this now?
This is the boxer. Or
Yeah, this is the
guy
one
who
with the
plays talk
speed.
radio.
This is the one with the speed bag and the subwoofer. Yeah.
So in times of corona, when it's just like everything's weird, he's like, I'm just gonna move now. That's how much I hate living under Jay.
Yeah. It's so. Yeah, my girlfriend saw one of them carrying a bunch of boxes, and she's like, "I think one of them's moving out."
I heard
And-
they moved to Thailand.
And it was the one that we thought was quieter. So we're like, well, that could go either way. And then there was like really loud music all day the next day. And I'm like, well, now the loud one is like out of control. And then it was like 2 days later, it was absolutely silent. And I called the landlord. I'm like, did the downstairs move out? And he's like, yeah, they're gone.
Now, on that topic, I have a couple of friends who are in a mariachi band, and they're looking for a place in Queens. Do you know? Can I have your landlord's number?
Only if they're also moonlighting as amateur boxers, because there's already
You,
a speed bag hooked up.
I have a buddy who's into really like freestyling all day. Do you want to have him move in there?
They did that too. They had like some, I don't know if it was a karaoke thing, but they were doing freestyle raps.
I don't think I can top the mariachi line, so I'm gonna give up on that joke. But so Jay, what happened? Like, are you upset that now your neighbors are actually the downstairs neighbors are homeless because they got evicted? They had no job. They are victims of what's going on. Are you upset they're gone and they're homeless and they're probably gonna die?
No.
Now, Jay, if you were smart, you would rent that apartment so nobody else can rent it.
If I had money, I would. But
And
no,
then you
I
have like a little duplex.
Well,
See, that
here's-
should be your plan: is to like one by one eradicate everyone from the building, and then just rent their apartment.
Yeah, Jay, why didn't you think of buying the building?
Yeah,
Why didn't that occur to you?
you're an accountant. Come on.
yeah, I have
Yeah,
that kind of money.
CPA. Why don't you buy 2 buildings?
So I also asked the landlord what he's doing with the apartment, and he said it's going to stay empty for a while.
Why?
Because there's probably
Like,
a
2
dead
days
body in
till-
there.
Well,
Why?
one, they were there for. I've been here 10 years, and they've been here before me. So he said it's a mess.
You've been there for 10 goddamn years in an apartment you hate, living with black mold.
Yep.
Okay,
So-
go on.
So
Why don't you move into that one? Maybe that one doesn't have black mold.
I don't think the apartment is a legal apartment. That's why I don't think he could fill it again.
I was gonna say, if you moved in there, then you wouldn't at least have downstairs neighbors. Like you can never have downstairs neighbors again.
What are they in the basement?
Yeah.
They
So-
in the boiler room?
Yeah,
They're
pretty
living
much.
next to the boiler.
Did the janitors move out? Is that what happened?
Wait, did his sex slave just escape? Basically,
So yeah, I think it's going to be empty for a while, it's great.
so you don't think you? What makes you think it's not a legal apartment?
Because one time when they were loud and I knocked on the door, they didn't answer, and I ran into him the next day, and he's like, "Did you knock on the door?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, yeah, the landlord told us never to open the door for anybody." So,
That's a weird thing to get to say.
Yeah.
well, I think because it wasn't legal and they don't know who's at the door. What if it was an inspector or something?
Were the people that living there like? Did they look kind of like immigrants that were like illegal? Like, who accepts that? Who's like, I can't answer
was
the
there 40
door.
people living in that apartment?
Well, I know it was two brothers, but I mean, it depends what the price is. I mean, who knows? They might have been paying half what I was paying. In that case, yeah, you live in a cool neighborhood and you don't pay much rent.
Maybe they were there against their will.
Could be. Maybe they just escaped.
Can we cut to Jay negotiating for this the trying to move into the downstairs apartment?
But then I
Okay.
just have upstairs neighbors.
Whatever. I want to.
I have really
So-
creaky floors.
So
Hey,
Jay,
you should rent that. It could be like your little man cave. You could have Mark come over and do the podcast from there at like 7 at night before his kids go to bed.
listen. The apartment. It's a good deal. It's going to be only like $800 a month. Just that if anyone knocks, you're not allowed to open the door. Plus, there's this little hole. If anyone sticks their dick through the hole, you have to suck it.
Oh, and there's still running water.
Also, there are no windows.
700 though?
Oh, we can do 700. Can you put down 3 months of security?
For 700,
need-
yeah.
Do you need running oxygen? There's no holes.
You just said there was a glory hole.
Yeah, but when the dick's in there, you're gonna suffocate.
So I have to do my thing like really quickly. I'm going to have
Yeah.
to practice.
The faster you are, the sooner you get to breathe again.
Well, for $700, I'll figure that out.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal. Do I have to live below that annoying guy upstairs who keeps telling me to be quiet?
You
Don't worry. No,
yeah,
we're evicting him. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
don't worry.
He's moving to Thailand.
He's going to die of black mold sooner or later.
We put more black mold in there. The guy won't die. We gave his girlfriend COVID, and he doesn't go close enough. He has to. One day he's gonna get her within 5 feet, and he's fucked.
He's got nothing to live for. He'll be gone soon.
She's gonna show a little cleavage. He's gonna get a little closer, and he's gonna die.
Don't worry, we got his co-host on it. He's going to try and talk him into killing himself.
All we gotta do is figure out how to record a podcast, and then we can kill him.
So yeah, that's good news.
Is that all the good news, or is there more?
Wait. How are you gonna kill off the rest of your neighbors?
Working on it. So other good news, crypto rallied.
What's crypto? Oh, it wasn't that
Yeah, but then it
Ethereum
went
at
down
400?
again a little more.
It's almost back up again. meant,
Let's
like-
see. Where's it at?
It's like 390 something Ethereum.
As of you look, it's actually dropped $100 today. At 393.
So that's good.
When do you sell this fake money?
It's gonna have to hit at least 500.
Okay. So at 500, are you gonna sell? Or at 500, you'll be like, it's going up. I can't sell now.
To the moon.
I think you're never gonna be able to sell because if it goes up the price you want, you'll be like, if I sell now, I'll miss out. It'll keep rocketing up. So you'll never be able,
boom.
you'll never be able to talk yourself into like a sales price.
No,
Like,
no.
you'll-
No,
Like right now, I was like, oh, I want to sell at 400. Well, I might as well see where it goes.
I mean, I'll
That's what
probably do like a slow sell. Like, if it hits 600, then I sell one. And if it hits 700, I'll sell one more. So that way, if it keeps going up, I don't feel bad. And if it goes down, at least I recouped a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I realized that how much I have to look, but like it's 393. I probably have like one Ethereum.
Yeah, I have
Maybe
15 of
two?
them. So,
It's a lot more.
yeah.
Do you have any
I'll pay
Bitcoin
50.
still?
I have 0.26.
Oh, you have 0.26 Bitcoin?
Yeah.
That's a good amount of Bitcoin, actually.
Yeah.
Bri, you still have a lot of this, or?
I have just under 3 Ethereum. I have like 2.8 something, and I have like 0.003 Bitcoin.
Didn't Peter on the show was like,
There's another. I have like $30 or something of stellar lumens.
Yeah, I have Stellar Lumens and that other one, whatever the other one I have. Also, I don't even know how to get the money back from those. I have no idea. I have to figure out what site I bought it on, which I don't know. So I'll have to go on every site and try to figure out try to like recognize the page.
Yeah, I had a bunch of like shitty ones on one of the websites, and then like you couldn't get them out, so you had to. It was such small quantities that you couldn't trade them, so you had to like convert them to one thing and then convert them back out again. But every time you did it, you took like a chunk of it out. So, like, say I had like $80 worth, I probably got like $65 worth out.
Nothing.
And then I just put it into like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, or maybe that's where my Stellar Lumens came from. I don't remember.
And if you want the apartment, it's not $700. You have to pay me 17 Ripple and 6 Ethereum every month. Is that a deal? I also want to be paid in Chainlink and Stellar Lumen and lots of these other stupid names.
Well, what happened to me is one of the sites that I had all the different ones on, New York State changed the rules on trading crypto, so I had to sell all of them, but they changed the rules right when everything completely bottomed out. So I had to sell all the other stuff and roll it into Bitcoin.
I live in New York State. What rule did they change that I'm just not aware of?
I don't know if you guys were on the same site as me. There was like Binance, and then there was the other site. I don't even remember what the other site was, but that was the one that wasn't allowed to trade all those other coins in New York.
Yeah, I was at Binance, and there was something going on where everything was going to get converted or something. So that's why I cashed all of it out. I didn't have much anyway, but
yeah, maybe you missed all those emails, Mark, and now you have nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably have nothing either way. I think I had Binance, and it might have been like $50 between. At some point, it was like $500 putting into Litecoin, which became like $200, which I think I put into Stellar Lumens and whatever the other coin was, and it's probably worth like $30 right now. I'm waiting basically until the amount of Bitcoin I have or that amount of these coins is equivalent to buying a beer for when bars reopen.
I'm back to what I put in.
Oh.
I'm up. I'm actually up a couple.
And I'm like David Copperfield. I've made it disappear.
I'm actually up a couple hundred, but I cashed the bond early, so I lost interest on that. So I'm waiting to make that interest back too.
Have you thought about how much interest you would have made if you just kept it the whole time?
Well, the bond would have maxed out after another 1,500 interest. So
okay, so you're trying to get to that $1,500 before you sell.
Right.
So you'll be like, at one point, you'll be like, I have broken even. This was worth the last 4 years.
Right. That's why I'm hoping it goes up like a little bit more than that. So at least I could say, hey, I had a lot of stress, but I made $50.
Yeah, that sounds. Cardano's the other moronic thing I bought.
Mm-hmm.
Does your buddy? Can we get your buddy on the show who thinks this is all going to make us millionaires?
He thinks it's going to go up to 2,000. Ethereum's going to go up to 2,000 like very soon.
Can he not come on the show because he's extremely like autistic?
He messages me like every couple of days and tells me how this year could possibly be life changing if I play my cards right.
If you play your cards right and don't invest in this. Why does he think? Like, what's his basis? Like, what's his explanation for why this stuff's going to keep going up? Besides the fact of,
I stopped asking follow-up questions.
Like, he's like, it's just going to keep going up. Why? Because it will. Shut the fuck up.
Pretty much.
Would you be upset if he moves into the apartment below you and every day he knocks on your door to tell you more about crypto?
Yeah, I'd be a little upset about that.
Jay, just want to let you know. I'm just going to scream to you. We're going to be millionaires soon. I'm telling you.
To the moon.
Jay, you counted that money yet? No. We're going to keep talking until you talk back.
Yeah. So anyway, I think.
Guys, what were you going to say?
I think I passed my black cloud on to you.
Yes, I was just gonna go there. As Jay's life has gotten a lot better, my life just continually gets worse and worse and worse. So this week actually we should have done the show yesterday because I was in peak anger, absolutely losing my fucking mind. There was a storm last Tuesday. We were supposed to do the show last week. There was a storm last Tuesday. It was 2.5 hours of rain and wind. There was a lot of damage in Long Island. I have been without power since last Tuesday. Today was day 9 without power. It finally came back. I was losing my fucking mind last night.
That's insane.
You guys should have done the show with me. I was in peak anger.
I
It's
didn't even
9
realize
days-
you guys got the storm.
Well, did you lose power, Bri?
No.
Okay.
I didn't lose
I
power either, but when I went for my walk around the park, there was trees down everywhere. Like probably 15 trees fell down.
My girlfriend lost power from Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah. That must have sucked also.
So you
Yeah.
don't have a generator.
So, I do have a generator, which has made it better. But I got a generator that covers 2/3 of our house because I didn't want to pay the extra like $5,000 to cover the entire house. And when they ask you, well, if you're not gonna get the full house, you pretty much have to choose: do you want heat or air conditioning? What do you choose?
I guess you choose heat because if it happens in the winter, it's
Yeah.
more important to have heat.
Right, like
Yeah.
like even no matter how hot it is, it sucks, but it's like bearable. It's 30 degrees in your house, like you can't sleep there.
Right, you could
just
die,
You
yeah.
can't be in the house. Yeah, that's gonna like. So obviously heat's more important. But first of all, I've had to explain to every fucking person in my. I mean, I love my neighborhood. Everyone's really nice, but literally I have to explain to every person I like talk to on the street, basically. Yeah, I know I have the generator. Yeah, no, it's great. It covers the only part. I don't have the air conditioning. Why don't you have the air conditioning? Why don't you get the whole thing? I'm just really cheap, okay? I'm cheap.
Mm.
Just tell everyone in the neighborhood I'm cheap, okay? I've had to explain to so many people how cheap I am.
Like
It's
like your
unbelievable
wife
how-
every
like,
single day this week.
What do you say?
I said like your wife every day this week.
Yes, every day. Like I should have got it. I'm sorry to get the. Well, I can't go back in goddamn time. So what do you want me to do? So that's been awesome. Explain to everyone how cheap I am. And then Sunday, like the generators, like the generator kicks on. It's an automatic generator. It is loud. It kicks on within 1 minute of the power going off, and it just turns off when the power comes back on. So on Sunday morning, generator goes off. And I'm like, power's back. No, power's not back. My generator just like broke. So I was like, oh, great. I paid a lot of money for that. And now that doesn't work either.
Did you buy the cheap
Um,
generator?
That I think I bought. Basically, which I did not know, is if you're going to run your generator for a week straight, you need to basically have it serviced or know how to service it because it just can't run for a week straight. And one of the major things it needs is oil, which I didn't know that. And now I've learned how to change the oil on the generator, but I did not know that. So basically, I had to wait till Monday because it happened on Saturday. They could have come, but on Sunday, no one can come to your house. So I had to wait till Monday for them to come to my house to add oil and like fix some stuff on it to get it back running. During that like 36 hours when I did not have my generator, all the food in my refrigerator went bad, so I had to throw out my refrigerator and my freezer, like all that stuff, which was goddamn awesome. Like that's like a couple $100. Then my refrigerator and freezer were just not getting cold, which apparently when your house 85 degrees, it's kind of hard for your refrigerator and freezer to get back up to the temperature they need to be at. I had to move it to the refrigerator from the wall, clean out, dust it out, like all the wiring, basically the filters, get all the dust out. Eventually, it starts cooling off. At the same time, my sink won't drain. My friend says, you should get some Drano. I'm like, okay, I'll get some Drano. Then about half hour later, my pipe is busted, and that's pouring water. I have to call the fucking plumber because fucking Jay's Cloud is living in my house right now. It was 86 degrees upstairs in our house. Trying to sleep has been fucking miserable. Last night, my wife was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to a hotel." I'm like, I'm taking the kids to a hotel. I'm like, we don't need to stay in a hotel. We can. She's like, I can't fucking take this. I'm going to a hotel. I'm like, fine, take the kids to a hotel. That's why I could record with you earlier because my wife basically left me for a night. She didn't really leave. I could have gone to the hotel also. I just figured my snoring wouldn't make the AC any better. Like they would have my AC, but I don't know. I just like let them all sleep. But it's been a fucking awesome week.
It sounds like my girlfriend. Actually, before she lost power, like 2 weeks ago, her freezer stopped freezing, and it turns out the fan was bad. So it took her like a week to find somebody to come out to look at it, and then they had to order a part. So the guy said, literally, he took the fan out of the back of the fridge. The fridge was working fine. The freezer wasn't. The guy took the fan out, and he said, if you have any like fan in the house, put it behind. So she took a box fan, put it behind the fridge, turn it on high, and that basically was running the refrigerator and the freezer for a week.
Wait, why did she need the fan? Like, how did that help?
I don't know. I guess the fan in the the fan that's in the refrigerator freezer that like does the work or whatever, it was shot, I guess. So the guy took it out and he said, put a regular any fan that you have, put it here and like at the bottom and just turn it on and it'll just blow into there. And if put something in the freezer, and if the put like a freeze pop in the freezer, and if it freezes, then it's the fan, and he could fix it. And if not, if it doesn't do anything within like 24 hours, then you have to get a new fridge because the thing is shot. So anyway, so she did that for a week, and then the guy had to order a part, and then it's been another week, and then the power went out. So she hasn't had a freezer for almost 3 weeks now.
Shit. I'm guessing that because the air has to go into the refrigerator freezer for it to like make it cold. So the fan obviously is getting the air in there.
Yeah.
And that like she hasn't had a freezer for a goddamn 3 weeks.
Yeah. It was like it happened like a couple of days, and she like tried to thaw it out. She did some stuff online, like she did what you did. She like blew all the dust out and everything because that's what she saw like on YouTube and stuff. And then that didn't work. So I was over there working, like looking at it, and I go, "You're just gonna have to call somebody." And she called like 4 different places, and like so she would get like, so this was like Monday. So she calls like on Monday, and a guy says, "Oh, I'll come Thursday." And she goes, "All right." So then she calls another guy. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'll come Tuesday." So she canceled the Thursday appointment, and then the Tuesday appointment canceled on her. So that she had to start over. And I was like, it's probably just one guy in the state that does the fridge, and he just is a contractor for all these companies or something, But she finally got a good guy to come out, and he was like, "Yeah, I got to order parts." So then she had to wait 3 days, wait over the weekend to see if it worked, and then they had to order the part, and actually the part took another week to come in. So actually yesterday, today. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, today the guy came and put the thing in, and now it's finally working.
I'm shocked that just putting a fan back there like made it work though.
I couldn't believe it. She texted me. She goes, "Yeah, the guy said put a fan back here." And I was like, "That's the stupidest thing I ever heard." So I show up at her house, and like she's got like frozen freeze pops and ice cubes. I'm like, "You have a box fan behind your refrigerator?" She goes, "Yeah, I know. I don't know, but it's working."
It does sound like
the refrigerator was even colder when that thing running, because it's a side by side, fridge freezer.
Yeah.
And with the fan going like that, the refrigerator was colder.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like it does sound like you're like if my wife told me that was the solution, I'd be like, well, I guess the guy like thinks you're a moron and told you the dumbest solution. Like that's crazy that it actually works.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, it's your refrigerator's not working. Put these magic beans in your refrigerator. Okay, moron. Why are these beans working? I don't understand.
Well, I think the way it works is the only reason the refrigerator is cold is because the fan blows the cold air from the freezer down into the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fan blows the initial air in, and then I guess the hot air has to escape after. I don't know.
But I mean, the fan is in the actual appliance. It's not a box fan 3 inches from the back of it. That's just blowing,
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the solution to everything. My TV reception is not really just put a fan behind your TV. It'll work fine. The picture will be crystal clear.
So she had the fridge like halfway in the middle of the kitchen because she had the freezer behind it, and then she had everything from the freezer, like all the shelves and everything, just on the counter, and she like washed them. It was just a mess. And the fan, it's those window box fans that are like super loud, so you couldn't even like talk near the thing because it was so loud.
Jay, do you think if you put like a box fan behind your computer, your bosses will stop yelling at you over Zoom?
I don't think anything will get them to stop yelling at me over Zoom.
Jay, if you put a box fan by your black mold, it'll go away.
Jay, maybe you should put a box fan by your resume. Could help for getting a new job. I don't know.
I mean, the market is picking up a lot.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, are you seeing new jobs posted?
Yeah, a lot.
Are you getting interviews?
Yep.
Are you gonna share more with us? Did you get a new job already, Jay? Is that how?
No, that's not yet, but definitely interviews.
Oh, that's goddamn fantastic.
Can I just say how great it is to hear you guys with bad stories for once, and I actually have good stories.
God,
It's so refreshing.
No, you can't say that. This isn't a two-way street.
I was contacting every official on Long Island to ask them to help me get my power back. I wrote on every form of on Facebook, on Twitter. Our Twitter Knicks account is just me screaming at PSEG over and over again. I went on LinkedIn, typed in PSEG, and then tried to friend every person that works at PSEG. Some couple people like connected with me, and I wrote them I immediately messaged them and said, "Hi, I know this is an odd thing to ask, but can you get my power back?" I got some lawyer there to have a conversation with me today where he was like, "Hey, it really sucks. I'm really sorry. I'm like, can you just help me get my you're a lawyer at PSEG." He's like, "There's literally nothing I can do. It's a shit show. I'm sorry." I've been driving around flagging trucks, like just stopping workers and being like, "Do you work for PSEG? Can you come fix my neighborhood?" And the guys are like, "It's not on our list. I could look at it later. How about now? Like, can I pay you to come?" I didn't say the pay.
Wow,
part,
you
but,
lost your goddamn mind.
I'm losing. I called Cuomo's office and was like, "Hi." I left a voicemail. I couldn't get through to anyone. I was like, "Hey, at the governor's, I know he's dealing with coronavirus and like lots of other shit, but can he get power back to my neighborhood? At least he can do something. Like, this is a win he can have. He's not going to beat coronavirus. He can fucking get my power back."
Did you tell him you were in with the pedophile ring and you should get your power back? Did you play that card? Or?
I told him I have a lot of jokes about the pedophile ring, but
Did you tell him you have two podcasts that you can badmouth them if they don't put your power back on?
If you want to be on the national ticket, Governor Cuomo, I can promote you on both my podcasts.
That's right.
I think the show should be like this more often, really.
What things should be like this more often, where my shit sucks for me. And there was one night, all the kids and my wife took all the fans in the house. I slept in the basement because it was the coolest room I could sleep in without a fan. I haven't even slept in my bedroom because it's just so hot in there for two people to sleep in the same room. I've been sleeping in other rooms. I thought about sleeping outside one night. I was like, "It's just fucking cooler outside, man. Let's just fucking camp."
Oh,
I don't have a tent, but like I could put a mat out there and just sleep.
You know, if you do that, you have to take a picture and then post it on our Brink Instagram.
It'll be really weird. My neighbors are like, the cheap guy who couldn't buy a full generator is now apparently homeless.
And he's snoring so loud we can't sleep.
They call the cops on you.
Louder than the goddamn generator.
They call the cops on you for a noise violation.
I cannot. And also right now we're doing the show. I have to do in the basement. Now the basement's the hottest room in the house, so I'm like sweating while we're doing the show. I swear to God, for fucking 8 days straight, I didn't stop sweating. There's nothing I could do to stop sweating. No matter what I would do, I just kept sweating. I take a shower, I get out of the shower, I just kept sweating.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a disgusting human being.
I mean, on the plus side, I have now learned that when I get a generator, to get the full house generator.
Also, it didn't have a dishwasher. I couldn't cover the dishwasher and the laundry machine. So our clothes were just all dirty. All the dishes were dirty. We're just reusing dirty dishes. I think my kids were wearing clothes. It was getting disgusting.
You know, you could wash dishes without a dishwasher, right?
I don't think that's possible. I was telling my friend, and he was like, "What are you, living in a refugee camp? What the fuck's wrong with you?"
I mean, you know, sponges are like a nickel.
I wash them with sponges, yes, I know, but I never feel that they're really clean without the dishwasher.
God, you are
the dishwasher does its magic.
I could go you one better. My girlfriend, she doesn't have city water. She has a well. And I didn't realize this, but apparently you need electricity to run the well. So she didn't have power from Tuesday to Saturday, so she had no water.
She had no fucking water?
She had no water. She couldn't use... She told me she was peeing outside.
Oh, my God.
What about a rope in a bucket?
That's what I thought.
Wait, the rope's to kill yourself. What's the bucket for?
Or
Why
like
did she come stay with
she didn't have
you?
like one of those hand pump things.
She's an idiot. I said like every day I was like, hey, why don't you come over? Why don't you come over? So finally one day she's like, I'm gonna come over after work, after you get out of work, so I can take a shower. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. I was yeah, whatever. That's fine. Come over. We'll cook you dinner, or whatever. And I'm thinking like, why is she coming to take a shower? I get she doesn't have hot water, but whatever. So she comes over and I'm like, she was saying something. And I go, why are you taking a shower here? And she's like, I don't have water. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have water? She goes, what do you think powers the well? I'm like, I don't know, gravity. She's like, no, electricity. I'm like, so you don't have water? She goes, no. I'm like, you don't have toilets? She's like, no. I'm like, what do you? She's like,
Where was she shitting?
she's like, I guess she didn't, but she said
What?
she was like, she goes, she's like, yeah, I've been peeing outside, and I was like, have you done anything else outside? And she's like, not yet.
So,
So I don't
Jay,
know.
Jay, what seems more probable to you? 9/11 was like just the story about 9/11 is the true story about 9/11, or the conspiracy that Bry's girlfriend doesn't shit.
Well, she also doesn't eat because she also didn't have anything in her fridge. So it's possible she could have went the 3 days without shitting.
I'm still stuck on if you have a well, why can't you use like a bucket?
Well, it's not a real well. It's not a well like a wishing well where you throw money down. It's just it's an underground thing of water.
Jay's like, isn't there an elf living down there?
Don't you have like
Yeah,
a kid with a radio who's stuck down there, and
Yeah, the Goonies are at the bottom of it. If you throw coins down, they throw them back at you.
all the townspeople are gonna rally around to try and get the kid out?
Bry's like, okay, there's no fucking kid in here. Can you guys get out of my backyard?
Jay's like, okay, my house, I'm gonna have a generator. No well.
Why didn't she pee in the pool for the week?
She went in the pool to like shower, I guess, and wash her hands. She's like, yeah, I washed my hands in the pool a lot
I don't understand. Like, why didn't she just live with you for the week?
because she's a moron. Because she spent 2 days. First of all, she was all excited because she didn't have power, so she didn't have to work. And so instead of like doing anything like coming over, cooling off, showering, whatever, using running water, she just basically cleaned up her yard for 2 days because she had a million trees and branches down.
Doesn't that make you sweaty and like make you want to have, I don't know, water?
You would think so, yeah.
Jay, do you hate your job enough that like if you had a choice between your job and not having water, would you choose not having water?
Hmm.
So Jay, you don't have to ever work again as long as you don't mind never having water.
No, I need water.
No, you can go out and buy bottles of water. I'm not saying that, but where you live will not have running water.
No, I need water.
Okay, so apparently you like your job more than you like not having water. I guess you don't sound that unhappy, Jay.
Things are looking up. All right.
Didn't you say off the show that she doesn't have like AC in her house?
No, she doesn't.
Holy
So
shit!
she didn't miss any of that, although she couldn't use a fan because she had no power. So
This was the hottest summer on record too.
yeah, oh, I know. Trust me. When I stayed over there at the beginning of July when she was away, it was brutal.
Is it the hottest summer? Because it's really like I guess I've been experiencing the summer more so than I would have if not for if like I'm outside all the time because of the kids and stuff. It has felt so fucking hot this whole summer.
No, it's the hottest on record, and they've upgraded New York City to a subtropical climate.
I think we've had five heat waves already, I think.
Yeah, the last 5 years averaged out so hot that New York City got upgraded to subtropical.
What does that mean? Like, am I gonna like? I'm gonna be living in a rainforest soon. What does it mean that we're subtropical?
Pretty much. I mean,
It means
tropical.
you're a tourist destination.
Tropical is like Thailand, and just under that apparently is New York City.
Okay. I mean, I've lived most of my life on an island. I've realized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're islanders. Did you like growing up on do you like island life?
Yeah, it's okay.
What are you, a parrot head? Island life.
No, I just think it's funny because you always think of it's like I'm living on an island. Manhattan's an island. Long Island's like all these years on an island. Doesn't sound so cool. It doesn't sound cool. It doesn't sound like I want to live the Jimmy Buffett life.
It's not a Beach Boys song.
You guys want to do some questions and stuff?
Yeah. Sure. Let's
Okay.
do some questions.
We have a promo to play. Can you guys be quiet for like 1 minute?
No.
All right. Why do you fucking ask so much of us, Jay?
Okay. So this is a promo for Tales Over Ales. It's another comedy show. And yeah, they're our friends now, and we're going to play their promo. So be quiet for 1 minute and 14 seconds, please.
Tales over ales.
What's brewing?
Join us every week for our Power Hour podcast where we tackle life while getting buzzed with your hosts.
Jill. What about like a Red Rover?
Did I ever get locked in? No. I broke through that shit like it was my job. Actually, I started running. They were just like, go. Just go through.
Michaela.
When we first started talking about this podcast, we were going to put in a game that was guess Michaela's accent because the three of us never know. Damn it!
Yeah.
Why? Why is that a thing?
Because it's different
you say
all
things
the
weird
time.
sometimes. Sometimes you're British, sometimes you're a pirate, sometimes you're
Sometimes.
Florida.
Anthony.
You know, for somebody who makes shit up, a lot of the time you try not to get too specific. But he'll be like 37.9% of people, and I'm like, what?
60% of the time it's right.
No.
All the time.
Jess.
She's the nosiest person ever. She goes,
Do you use like the glass cup on the
wall to
wall?
wall. I told her one time she was against her in Vegas. She was against the apartment door, listening. I'm like, it's like around dinner time. Baby, you want to eat? Hand me a rib. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Oi.
All right, that was Tales Over Ales. They do Power Hour every single episode. We did it twice, and I think we almost died.
Well, they're probably in their 20s.
Yeah, that's true. Though we were when we did it, too. Okay.
Do you? Would you be okay if they moved into the apartment below you?
I don't want anybody ever living in that apartment ever again.
You should have a strategy to get rid of the. By the way, everyone should listen to their show. It's great. I listen to it. I'm a big fan. You should have a strategy to get rid of your neighbors. Like, I don't know how you got rid of these neighbors, but you should have some kind of strategy going forward.
I know. Well,
By the way, what does it mean if the next show Jay's lost another neighbor? What bad things are going to happen to me? Like, how much worse will it get? Like, next show Jay's going to be like, actually, I got a new job, and two of my neighbors moved out. My landlord said he's going to keep the building empty besides me, and he's also going to just give me the building. Oh, Mark, what's going on with you? I lost both my legs in a trucking accident. My wife left me. And also somehow on Twitter, there's a video of me not wearing a mask and with 800 million retweets, and apparently I'm the most hated person in the country.
never know.
That could happen next week. Who the hell knows?
Declan writes, hey guys, now that multiple sports are back without crowds, I was wondering what your watching experience has been. Whilst it's been great to be able to watch soccer and Mets baseball again, I found the NBA boring to watch. If you think back to the best NBA playoff moments, they've all involved the crowd, and out of all of the sports basketball teams seem to suffer the most from no crowd. What are your thoughts? Have you guys been watching any sports?
I watched
I've-
like maybe 1.5 baseball games.
I've
That's
watched a little baseball. What's been forgetting the crowd? The message has been shitty, so that's been more disappointing.
Yeah.
Basketball. I've watched a little bit of basketball, but it's also like they're playing this weird 8-game season that's kind of like preseason. So like I feel like I'll be more into it in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I tried watching some of the 8-game regular season, and I just really had no interest. I mean, it could be just because my team wasn't invited.
Right. Yeah. The fact that the Mets were. I mean, sorry. The fact that the Knicks weren't invited makes it a little more disappointing.
As far as the crowd, I mean, I do miss some of the crowds cheering. It depends on what the team. Like some teams, like the Nets, have no crowds. All you hear is like Jay-Z songs in the background. So like, I would rather hear the players and the sneakers squeaking. But other crowds like OKC, you do notice the crowds a lot.
I don't understand why all these games that have no fans, like why at baseball are they like doing player introductions and like the national anthem and like the 7th inning stretch, and
I
it's
didn't.
just-
That stuff is. I didn't realize they were doing intros. Are they doing intros in basketball?
Well, no, like at the the beginning, like where they all like line up, they call you out or whatever. It's just so stupid. It's just like just get the game over with. Nobody cares.
Right. Why not make the game faster and stop with these like the stuff that's for the crowd? Stop doing it. It'd be almost like the NBA game. They're like, hang on, guys, we need to pause to do the T-shirt cannon.
Yeah. Like
That would be
like,
hilarious if they did that.
When Fox does a baseball game, they like digitally impose fans in like the outfield, like when a ball's hit. And it looks so stupid. I like the cardboard. I think the cardboard cutouts are funny. I like that, but
I was gonna say I kind of like the cardboard cutouts. I actually feel like also I don't want people to buy pictures of themselves. I want to put like the most random crowd. Like I want to see Beetlejuice in the crowd. I want to see like Weekend at Bernie.
That
Bernie
was
in
one.
the crowd. Like,
Bernie was in one of the crowd shots.
oh, someone said that to me. I didn't know if they were joking or not.
No,
that's better.
one of the teams has that guy Bartman from the Cubs that screwed up their game in the playoffs.
Nice.
Oh, that stuff's a little like that's I appreciate that. I know the basketball one just seems so. It just I know they're playing basically in a gym, and it kind of just feels like they're playing in a gym.
Yeah.
Something about it. I don't know. Something about it just feels a little.
They should super like for basketball, like basketball and hockey, where like behind it is just blank. Like they have it like like the hockey. Like I watched some of the hockey game yesterday because it was the 5 overtime game, and they just have like tarps over the seats, so it's like all blank. And like in the NBA, it's just like I've seen highlights. It's just blank around the screen. They should superimpose like make it look like they're playing on like an aircraft carrier or something like that. Or like just put like the ocean all around it. Just something stupid, so it just makes it more like funnier to watch.
They should have My Cousin Vinny playing in the background, just
just superimpose like a NASCAR race going around the edge of the basketball game. And
they
like they're
should
playing
have a
in the
little
middle
more
of the
fun
race.
with it. Yeah. Like basically Lillard dribbles the ball. He like has to pause because his favorite scene in the Goodfellas is on. Just something random, like or you see like basically make it an aquarium around them.
Yeah. That I'd turn in and watch that. That'd be funny.
They should be. Someone was saying to me like all these sports, they're all fake seasons. They're all like not as good as a real season. They should just have more fun with this.
Yeah. Although last night when I was watching the hockey game, the whoever is like in charge of like the little scoreboard that they have like in the arena, like during the 4th overtime, like they showed the scoreboard and it said 7th period stretch because it was the 7th period instead of 7th inning,
Mm-hmm.
and like something else said like, oh, do you have somewhere to be or something like that?
I saw that one. Yeah, did you have plans tonight or something?
Yeah, you have plans, something like that. Like that's funny. Like that kind of stuff's cool.
I gotta say I like hockey, but I don't watch it that much of it. I kind of dropped the sport of hockey just some time to watch. But Brian mentioned the game was on. It's like 4th overtime, so I tuned in, and I don't think hockey's really missed it. Like hockey, kind of like you don't miss the fans. I don't know. Of all the sports, I don't like. It was still pretty exciting to watch.
Hockey's the one sport. Hockey's the sport that has the least home court advantage, I think.
I still think you just know. I don't think you notice the fans as much as other sports.
Yeah. I mean, you do like you see guys like hitting the glass and cheering and stuff, but they don't really influence the game. As like, they don't like the players don't feed off it like in basketball or like football or any of that.
What do you guys think about the college sports? Because like people are talking about whether they're going to have college football or college. I mean, college football is the big thing to talk about. I don't know what they're going to do about college basketball, but like, do you think they should have college football?
I hate college football, so I hope they don't. And it's so funny because all the people that are mad that they're not having college football, they're only mad because now they have nothing to do on Saturday. It's got nothing to do with like health or money or the kids' safety, any of that. It's just like, well, what am I going to do on Saturday now?
True.
You know what? I also like, they're like, the players, they say they want to play, so it's fine. I'm like, yeah, but there are also young people their age saying like, I want to go to a COVID party. Is that fine too?
They're also saying they want to be paid and they're not paying them. So it's like, okay, yeah, we listen to them here, but we're not going to listen to them.
You know that sport where like we're exploiting them and a lot of them suffer like lifelong injuries. They want to risk getting COVID now. You guys cool with that? What precautions are they going to take when they're breathing on each other it just seems like the worst sport of all to play with with COVID.
Yeah.
Jay, you a fan of them doing college football?
No, but I think college in general is a scam.
Would you be okay if they did college football in the apartment below you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I do kind of agree that college is a bit of a scam. What's the next question?
Did we talk about how our fans are trying to kill me?
Do
Not on the
share?
show.
Wait, I thought everything is going up. Like things are getting better for you. Now they're killing you.
Well, our fans are trying to kill me. So we've had the Brink shirts for years and haven't sold any. And we sold 3 in the last 3 weeks. I think our fans are actively trying to get me to go outside in the middle of the pandemic.
That's a pretty good incentive to like have someone buy the like you'd be like, this T-shirt. I don't really wear the shirt, but I got a co-host on a show to get COVID to send me the T-shirt.
I mean, I appreciate that there's actually people who want the shirts and are fans of the show. I just found it funny that like all of a sudden the shirts are selling.
What if they like you were forced, like the sales were so good you were forced to buy more? Like they're just selling so fast. Like you had to go to you have to go to the post office like 12 times a day because you're doing so well.
Well, the thing is, we're now down to the last 4, and if those sell, then I'll do something like there's like websites where you permanently have you don't have any inventory in your house. Basically, they house the shirts.
Oh, they make them on demand, basically.
Yeah, they make them on demand, so they're a lot more expensive, but you don't have to deal with inventory and going to the post office and all that.
Well, it's not really fun for the fans that want to kill you.
No,
Yeah.
no. So you have 4 more attempts to take me out. The shirts are only $9, and if we sell out, the next batch are going to be like 20 something. So,
hey, honey, I don't need to get a hitman. Apparently, it only costs $9 to kill this guy.
all right, next question. Thank you again for everyone who did get a shirt, though. I do appreciate
So,
it.
Jay, let's just say you the only shirts that people want are the ones that you go to the post office for. Would it be worth if the T-shirt business really took off for us? Would it be worth like? Would you be happy because you get to quit your job, but you have to go to the post office 30 times a day? Quit your job, but you got to keep going to the post office to mail things.
It'd be such a mixed blessing.
Is that the end of the show? That beeping in the background, or you're making tea?
Or is your apartment on fire?
That wasn't me.
You didn't hear that noise?
I heard it. It wasn't.
I
coming.
heard it.
So we all heard it,
Okay.
but nobody's owning up to it. Interesting.
Maybe it's from the other podcast. Maybe that's part of their
That's the sign
their
to.
their promo reel involves like some beeping noise that one of our apartments could be on fire.
That means take a drink. A minute's up. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, this might be a topic for next episode, but what are your top 5 Brink episodes?" Mark, you need to count down from 5 to 1, as this is how most countdowns work. Thank you, Mark. I mean, Lorenzo.
I don't even know. I couldn't. That's a tough list to make because you have to actually go back and like listen.
I don't even remember what we talked about tonight. let alone
Jay
other
said
episodes.
Jay wants to make a promo reel for the show because yes, like the other show is going to share our promo reel, and he's sending us clips. I can't even bear to listen to the clips because they might involve me and I'd have to hear my voice.
I sent
Yeah.
you the actual finished promo.
Oh yeah, I didn't listen to it because I was scared to hear my voice.
Oh, that's why you just wrote that's fine.
I was also like didn't have power for like a week at that point. I was just losing my goddamn mind. So no matter whatever I listened to, I wasn't going to like appreciate. I'm sure you did a wonderful job with Jay. You are a professional video editor.
Well, yeah. So I do have a promo. So
You know, by the way, I should listen to it. I just can't hear. If you could just remove my voice, I'll listen.
there's only
But,
one clip of you. It's like 10 seconds.
Okay, well, tell me which 10 seconds so I can skip those 10 seconds.
First 10.
I talked to someone that used to be a video editor who he stopped thing at some point, but he confirmed that to get into video editing, he had to like basically work for free for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the story Jay had told us. But of course, he did it for a little while, and then he got like a real job in video editing.
Oh,
Did he have to be a CPA first?
Are you telling a real story right now?
Yeah, no, I talked to someone who used to be a video editor, and he was just telling me. I was curious about how do you get into video editing because you said it was your dream and you couldn't get into it because you didn't want to work for free.
And he confirmed it.
Yeah.
So you fact check yet another one of my stories.
You couldn't be like just happy that I was like, oh, I was just interested in what the profession, and I talked to someone about it.
You don't believe a word I say ever.
Are you?
You'd think I would have told you this series of ridiculous lies when we first met or something, and you're like scarred from that. But
Right.
yeah.
I talked to someone at Moody. Sorry, You can cut that out. Sorry. I was gonna make a joke, but then I said
Anyway, so top 5. I'll try and think of top 5 for next episode.
I was gonna say I talked to someone that where Jay works and he confirmed Jay works there, but that was my joke.
They, I mean, you can look at the show notes and you don't have to actually listen to the episodes.
What are you off the top of your head? What are you thinking?
Definitely, at least 2 of the scammer ones. One I did with Peter, and the one where the guy threatened to kill us.
Okay.
The one where he threatened to kill us was with you, Mark.
What was the one? You mean the guy the Illuminati guy?
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah.
So the Illuminati guy.
So you,
and the one,
I was just wondering if the guy had the same experience as you did with video editing. I don't think like it's like not every person that does video editing like cannot get like has to work for free. I was curious if the person had the exact same experience you did. That's all. I was curious how you got into video. Like I was curious. Like, he said he was a video editor. I was like, oh, I was curious to hearing about it.
Okay.
Is that weird about like fact checking you?
You always fact check me. You know it. I'd have to think back.
Bri, are there any that your favorites?
Nothing's coming to mind.
There was one episode which I was not on, but Bri was on goddamn fire. He just had stories for the entire show. Something about some guy he met at a bar who like he had to drive around. It was a great episode. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't remember the episode, but I remember that happening to me.
Yeah, so that was the of the shows I've not been on, that was the best episode. Was the Bri episode where he just drove some guy around and just weird shit happened, and Bri was just goddamn on fire the whole show. I'd say the one where Bri was blackout drunk was not one of my top 5.
No,
probably not.
Even though out of all the clips, blacked out drunk Bri made the promo clip.
Yeah,
I mean that was just like, guys, no, don't talk. I got something else to say. I'm worse than Mark today. I've got another story that makes no sense. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey Bri, can you talk more about Bri's Happy Box? Jay referenced this on episode 221, but you weren't on the show that day. Bri cannot talk about Bri's Happy Box because it was a different Bri."
I was gonna say,
what the hell are you talking about?
I was gonna say, Bri's Happy Box's girlfriend.
No, so when me and my elementary school friend Bri, I guess this was 7th grade, and he found a porno shop that would sell to him. And how old are you in 7th grade? Like 12, 13?
Yeah, so my son is 9 going into 4th grade, so 10 5th grade, 11 6th grade, 12 7th grade.
So he was 12 and he looked like he was about 9, and this porno shop would sell to him anyway, and he spent basically his entire paper route money on porn every week, and he had this huge box just filled to the brim, magazines, VHS tapes, just so much. And he wrote Bri's Happy Box on the outside, and he had it in his closet. And he was at my place one day, and he calls to see if he could sleep over that night, and his mom goes, "I found your Happy Box." And he just knew his life was over at that point. I mean,
I think I remember you telling that story once on the show.
Yeah, we're talking just dozens and dozens of magazines and videos. It was insane how much. He said as he was taking it out of the box to throw away in front of his parents, like they were having trouble keeping a straight face because there was just so much of it.
That's pretty funny, actually. What do you do? So what do you do as a parent? You find your son has just a giant, unbelievable stash of porn. Like what do you do?
I guess you do what they did and you just say throw it out. And I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, how okay, I guess you're punished for a night and you don't get the Happy Box anymore. You got to restart your Happy Box.
I mean, he restarted it like almost immediately. Lorenzo,
You're into pretty much what everyone that goes on the internet is into. Okay, sounds good.
I mean, this is pre-internet, so you had to do that.
You know what I just found? So I found interesting is that every once in a while you go on Pornhub or whatever site it is, and you look at the number of like you look at the number of views these videos get.
Mhm.
Every video, according to their numbers, and I obviously don't know, but like you have all these videos down there that have like 30 million, 40 million, 50 million views.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It's just fucking amazing. Like maybe like Coca-Cola should start advertising on the porn. You can at least get a
Seriously.
lot of exposure.
Yeah.
It's the most popular things that like you have these videos that get seen more than the Super Bowl.
It's true.
It's fucking insane. It's like if our show gets really really popular, we'll be almost as big as that clip of that mom fucking her son on Pornhub. It's just weird.
Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, what is the most memorable movie you have seen while receiving a blowjob? Mine was The Sound of Music last night. I didn't choose that; it just happened to be on." That is definitely a humble brag email.
Is it a humble brag that when he's like, "My wife blew me"?
Yes.
I don't know. Like, do you really want to hear your friends being like, "Last night you should have heard what the sounds my wife was making"?
I mean, when you get married, don't BJs usually stop?
That sucks for you, huh?
Humble brag number 2.
But isn't it like just like it's one thing if like someone's like I met some girl at the bar and like I like tells you a story, but then they're like, isn't this your girlfriend that we had dinner with last night? What the fuck are you telling me this story for? Would it be weird if Bri was like, holy shit, there was no air conditioning in her house, and I could tell you how sweaty we got. It was fucking awesome. It'd be one thing like if Bri was single and just telling us like stories of like girls who's like randomly hooking up with, we'd be like, it's fucking awesome. But if you tell about your significant other, it's just like really weird. Okay, anyway. Okay, but awesome BJ to Sound of Music.
I can't even remember what movie.
I don't have a Bride. Do you have one?
I'm trying to think. I'm sure I do. I just can't think of one.
Thing is, I haven't had a TV in the bedroom in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. So there hasn't
Don't you live alone? You could just be in the living room, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, not alone, but don't you just live with you and your girlfriend? You don't have like there's no one else living there. You guys could
Yeah, but that
again,
doesn't turn
not
into.
that I want to hear stories about. Are you like?
That doesn't turn into movie head very often. It's easier if you're like laying in bed watching a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, tough times.
Bri's actually getting head right now.
Let's see. Do we have any more?
If there were more email, there are no more. We have a couple questions on Facebook when we're done.
Yeah, we do. Lorenzo and Andrew helped a lot when I was making the show promo, so I just want to thank you guys for sending in clips.
Yeah, they helped a lot more than I did or Bri did.
They sent in so many clips. It took me hours to go through them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you guys send something? Why next time they send the clips, can you have to be forced to go outside with the clips? You can use these clips, but you have to do the editing outside. Do you think you've taken the your fear of coronavirus too far, Jay? Like I know like people are crazy and like they're doing like going to bars and stuff like that, and they're insane. But do you think you've gone the opposite direction?
Maybe it's possible.
Right. Do you know that Jay has an outdoor outfit?
Is it like a beekeeper suit?
He has an outfit. He only like he takes off when he gets inside the hut. He takes the whole outfit off. He only wears this outfit for going outside. He has a special outfit for being outdoors.
I don't want to go outside and then wear that outfit around the apartment.
Right. When you come inside, you take off your clothes, which also just sounds weird me asking you that question.
No,
I
do not.
Brian, tell me about your. Just describe yourself stripping down when you walk into the apartment.
No stripping.
Brian, do you think Jay is going a little too far with But basically, since you've been on the show, I'll catch you up. Jay wears an outdoor outfit, and there's a number of good reasons Jay should move to Thailand.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the rest of the emails next episode because I have to go to bed soon.
There were 3 questions. Let's read them. We don't have to answer them.
Okay.
Patrick writes, would you rather get stoned and watch a movie or listen to an album? Jay, you want to quickly answer that?
It's actually a good question. I think listen to an album.
I'm going with movie. I'm going with stoned and watch a movie. Bri?
I've never gotten stoned, so I don't know.
If you were, which one would you do?
Well, I don't know how it would affect me, so I guess probably album.
I'm surprised you've never gotten stoned, but
He
So
got
it might be
stoned.
coming to an end soon because it turns out my girlfriend was talking to her neighbor, and I guess the neighbor makes like pot cookies or something,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and he's gonna give her one. Give us a couple.
Bri, if you haven't done it before, this is the time to do it.
And then I
Jay,
guess
you
his son,
would-
and then his son either sells or grows shrooms, so I might be getting some of those too.
I mean, Jay, don't you agree that he might as well just start doing some drugs?
I would say be very, very, very careful with the cookies.
I would agree with that. You're better off smoking it. The
Two
problem with
of my most horrible weed experiences ever were with cookies.
I've had some bad experiences with that too. Like the
Well, supposedly it's to help me sleep. I guess they're sleeping pot.
They have to. Well, ask them how strong they are because like you get way too fucked up if you take too much.
The problem also is even if they put like a not a crazy amount in there, it doesn't get evenly distributed. So like the part cookie you have could actually have a lot in it.
Right. Yeah, no, I get that.
So it's you're always better off. You're probably better off just smoking it and then trying to go to sleep. Or just don't have that much of the cookie. But Suki writes, the grass greener on the other side.
I will
And
let
then,
you know soon.
Okay. Andrew writes, why doesn't Jay use the last 4 Brink shirts as guerrilla marketing and throw them at people on the street from his apartment while yelling, "Here's your outdoor outfit."
Bri has gotten stoned though.
Contact high, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's possible. You contact high?
Yeah.
Yeah, we 420 in college. There was 20 of us, and we had 20 joints, and everyone was just, taking a puff and passing it, and the entire apartment was just a thick cloud of smoke. You couldn't even see 2 feet in front of you.
It was pretty intense.
And then Bri walks in like halfway through, and he just walked into this cloud of smoke. And Bri, you were fucking hilarious for like the next 3 hours.
I remember like leaving, like wherever we were leaving, and it's like I don't feel sober.
Yeah, I was like, Bri,
okay.
you're so awesome. Can you do this more often?
Yeah, I guess that could. I guess if everyone's smoking in the room. But,
I mean, there was no way
it
you
was
could
a
be
closed environment with not a lot of no ventilation. So
Yeah, there's no way you could have been in that room more than 10 seconds without taking at least 2 hits worth of smoke.
yeah, there was a lot going on there.
I don't even know how they cram that many people in that little apartment. Anyway, okay, so I guess that is it for this week's episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Tune in next week to find out will Bri be back.
And
With his
Jay's
theme
Black
song.
Cloud finally passed.
Oh God, I don't want to see what happens the next week.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Well, I've got my COVID wedding this weekend, so maybe the cloud will come to me.
Oh, yeah, next episode you got to tell us about your COVID stag party and COVID wedding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bri went to a COVID's. Why do you call it a stag party? Why don't you just call it a bachelor party?
I don't know.
Okay, because stag party sounds like you're like from 1975. Okay, play the music, Jay.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. alone.